I'm Tina McDonald, artist in residence with Imagine Crafts. Today's tutorial is focused on wedding planning, so if you or someone you know has a wedding coming up, today's tutorial should be great for helping you out. We're going to begin by creating flowers. Flowers are a major focal point at weddings, of course, and so I'm going to teach you how to use some embossing powder and Versamark ink to create these fun flowers. As you can see, I'm using a stamp set from Heartfelt Creations, and the thing I like about this is that it comes with the coordinating dies, so it makes the cutting out really easy. So I stamped both the flowers and the leaves using my Versamark ink, and then I've sprinkled some gold embossing powder over top. So this is going to give us a real classic look to our pieces today. Once those are sprinkled with the powder, we're going to heat set. So this is just really quick and simple, and you can do several of these all at once if you like, and that way you've got lots of flowers and lots of leaves to use for coordinating projects. Then, as I mentioned, we're going to place the coordinating dies over top of the stamped images. It takes a minute sometimes to play around and figure out exactly how everything's placed on there. Maybe I'm a little slow, I don't know, but it took me a minute anyway. Once we find the perfect placement, go ahead and tape them down and then run them through your die cutting machine. Then I'm going to take a stylus and I'm going to spritz my flowers with water, and I'm going to use the stylus just to help curve those petals up. I've got a foam mat underneath just to give a little bit of cushion so that everything will curl up nicely. And then I flip my flowers over and just do some rounding in the center portion, and that really gives some nice depth to our flowers there. They'll layer up so beautifully. So go ahead and do that to each one of the flowers that you've cut out. Now the first thing we're going to make with our flowers is we're going to make a napkin ring. So I've cut just a strip of white cardstock, and I've added a little bit of the Versamark ink to the edge, and then dipped it into the gold embossing powder. So this is going to give us a beautiful gold edged piece. So I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom, and then make sure we heat set that powder nicely. Then, using a double-sided adhesive, I've adhered it into a ring, and then I'm going to tie a nice white bow on this. You can make it more extravagant if you want to add some beautiful die-cut borders around this or anything like that, but I wanted to keep it really simple so it was really duplicatable, if that's a word, so that if you have to make these for 100 guests, it certainly is going to be quick and easy as opposed to having to cut borders or whatever for each one. So now we're going to go ahead and layer up some of our flowers. You can use them as a single layer, or you can go ahead and double them like I am here, whatever your preference is. I'm going to add a little bit of depth to them once again, and this is going to go right over top of our bow there. I just love that. So simple, but so pretty looking. Now, just as one final step, I'm adding a touch of the Irresistible Picot Embellisher in Wedding Dress White, and I'm going to add that to the center of my flower. I wanted to add a little bit of glitter there, and I find the Irresistible works fabulous for that. So go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of glitter in the center, and then that will do a great job of shining things up, and the Picot holds it wonderfully. The next project we're going to use our flowers on is little place settings for at the table. So this could have the people's names on it, or as you see I'm doing here where I've got Mr. and Mrs. And so I'm going to dip those pieces, these are die cut by the way, and I'm going to dip them into my Versamark ink and then put the gold embossing powder on them and heat set. So this is really quick and simple once again, but just adds to that really elegant look. And if there's any little spots you miss, the Versamark pen works wonderful for adding just a little touch more ink. Now I'm going to place these onto a little white card that I've created. I've also done the gold edging as I did on our other piece. And then it's just a matter of adding our letters, our ribbon, our flowers, our leaf. So simple. And that's all there is to it. I see so many possibilities with this. I see candle wrappers, I see wine bottle tags, I see table numbers, I see even menus, I see save the date cards, so many things we can do using this technique. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to follow Imagine Crafts on Facebook, Pinterest, and at imaginecrafts.com.